Everything is going well, Steve, and thank you so much for inviting me to your program once again. As you know, Realplex is a young organization that's developing very nicely. And one thing that we're focusing right now is membership. We have four different categories of membership, and I'll break them down for you. They go something like this. There's a $1,000 membership, a $2,500 membership, 5,000 and 25,000. The $25,000 membership, we call it a Galaxy membership. But this is for individuals that want to have a big stake, if you will, in the things that we're doing. So we encourage people to call us, find out more about the different kinds of membership that we have. And so this is one of the major opportunities that we have right now to tell people that if you want to be part of Realplex, it involves a membership for you to participate in what's going on.
And how is your membership drive going? Is there a lot of community support for what you're doing?
Absolutely. You know, we have a lot of support, not only locally, but also from Northern Tamaulipas. Things are going well. You know, people are calling us and they are wanting to participate with the different kinds of membership. It's interesting, some of the memberships that we're getting, because at the same time that we are getting monetary contributions, we're also getting in-kind contributions. So we have individuals that want to provide a particular service that we would normally have to pay for that service, but we will do an exchange for those kind of memberships. So if someone wants to be a member and they have a particular service that we need, we welcome the opportunity to talk about it, and thus you can be part of the Realplex group.
I was struck, Mario, I'm going to do that bit. I was struck by the video you've put out, which really does speak to the global nature of your goals, your aspirations. You're talking about cities around the world that you want to tell business leaders in those cities and those markets about our region, plus a new PDF that you put out, a PowerPoint presentation with all the reasons for investing in this region. You're putting tremendous efforts into getting a solid marketing plan together.
That is the case. It's obviously the purpose for the video was to show the world who we are and where we are. I think when you have a population the size that Realplex has, 3.5 million people, we have something that is comparable to another part of the world, because it's a significant population with significant resources. That video tries to demonstrate to the world, this is where we are, and this is who we are, and this is what we can do. So I think that video captures the entire region very well, with the exception of mispronouncing Tamaulipas, but we will fix that. And obviously the PowerPoint also expresses the same thing, because we do have a lot to offer. And so when we combine the region, I think we're doing a great job. And I will tell you more about that, because as a result of the efforts that we're putting forward, as you know, we went to Houston a few months ago, and as a result of that, we're getting contacted from people, even through LinkedIn. They're sending us messages. So that is going extremely well. Because of the efforts of Realplex alone, we have had 7 serious contacts. Okay, 7 serious contacts, and then we have received RFI, what we call request for information, from the county. Realplex and the county have a number MOU, memorandum of understandings, that whatever the county gets, Realplex will review for the county. So we are responding to their RFIs, and the RFIs obviously come from the state level. So we are responding. So far, in the last 6-8 weeks, we have responded to 6 RFIs. And that is significant, because when you have something like 26 total RFIs that have come in, and then we respond to 6, that's a good 20% situation, what I call the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. So and the other part is that out of those 6, 1 responded. 1 was interested. And this particular company is interested in Westlaco and McAllen. And to us, that's obviously a high point, because if we continue to respond to the RFIs in the way that we're doing right now, and we get a hit rate of 20%, you can just start to see what's going to happen down the road. So out of the 6 active ones that we have, it amounts to something like $1.8 billion in investments. So that is a significant amount of investment if it were to happen. But obviously, things normally don't happen as the number I predict. But even if we get a response rate of 20%, I think we got to have significant investments going on. Again, I want to reemphasize that out of the 26, 7 are a result of RealPlex efforts, and for being such a young organization, I think this is fantastic. An individual sent me a message through LinkedIn the other day. I sent him the video because in his profile he said he wanted to invest around the world. So I sent him the video, and he said, I sent some people already to your organization, and and I checked it out, and it is true. He did send some information, but no, I think what is happening here is fantastic. I think as I look out into the future with RealPlex, the region is going to benefit from what we're doing right now.
So these requests for information and the inquiries that have come in directly as a result of RealPlex's marketing efforts, we're talking about very big projects, game-changing projects.
Absolutely. And some of these projects, for the most part, are over $300 million. And so those are significant investment that I think are going to change how we do the world from here. But I guess we always have to go back why and what this is going on. And the reason this is going on is because we want to provide a better quality of life for our community. And a lot of these companies, when they talk wages, the wages are way above what we consider to be normal in this area. So if we have wages that are way above the poverty level, then we will change the percentages that we have of people that live in poverty. But there's other things obviously that need to be done, and I think you're very well aware of all the efforts that people are doing to get more people back to high school, get to graduate, because those things are extremely important for the things that we're trying to do.
So looking at you spoke at the beginning of this conversation about your leadership within RealPlex, those people that can join at the top levels, and you've named your board of directors. That board of directors has got a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of major players in this region. What is the dynamics like at the board level when all these leaders in their own right around the table together? That's question one. And two, connected to that is, what does this? How there must have these directors, these leaders within RealPlex must have felt that there was a void, there was a missing link, because something as regional like this was not being worked on before. That's the whole reason you formed this group, is you saw a gap in the market. You saw that this region just wasn't connecting with those very big projects.
Well, the underlying reason for RealPlex came to be because the business leaders had an identity problem, if you will. People did not recognize where this area is. So this is why Realplex came about. So as we say in Realplex, we do business at the speed of business. Doing business at the speed of business. So here we have people like Joaquin Spammer. We have Nick Rhodes. We have Morgan Lamantilla. We have Lucille Cavazos, Steve Guerra from Brownsville, Carlos Garcia from Brownsville, Martina Saldo. These are all people that are involved in making major investments in the community. So as far as the dynamics go, they understand which way we need to go and how business has to be conducted. So when they say business at the speed of business, to make a decision at the speed of business, I think that that's the underlying reasons for how they view every situation. There's not a lot of possibility. Like, what do you think we should do? They know what needs to be done, and they make those kind of decisions. So when and I say we because I do look at the RFIs, and all the board members look at the RFI. When they look at an RFI, it doesn't take them a long time to say whether or not we can do this or not. Very quickly they this can be done and that cannot be done. And usually when those RFIs are not responded to, it's because they have unique electricity requirements, unique water requirements, where they need a particular infrastructure that we don't have, where they want to be close to a particular electrical distribution that is not in this area. So beyond that, if it doesn't have a particular highway that they want to be in, then obviously we respond to it for the most part. But and like I say, 6 out of 26, I think that that's a good rate. But no, the board of directors are very serious individuals that they're going to provide the right leadership for the things that we're trying to do.
You mentioned the infrastructure issues. Realplex is the private industry pushing for changes and pushing for growth and opportunities here in our region. But infrastructure, we always associate with the government. What does Realplex? What does the leadership of Realplex do? What is it doing to try to influence public policy, influence our elected officials to say we need more electricity, more power, we need more water resources? Do you get involved in that?
Yeah. Well, the purpose of Realplex is to promote the region, outside of the region to the world, if you will. So obviously there are conversations, and I think everybody is aware of what needs to be done when it comes to water, electricity. So there are organizations that are looking at this. When you look at in the city of McAllen, for example, I know they're already considering, and they do it already. Wells, they have wells already been in the city, and I'm with the Sherryland water system. We're also looking at as wells very soon. So a lot of the water systems are looking at going underground to search for water. There's a lot of water underground, so there's no searching to be done. But so everybody is aware of the water, and there's particular solutions to that. It's going to cost a little bit more money. I think if you look at your water bill for McAllen, it says it went up a little bit because of the new water plant. So there's solutions to everything. And when it comes to electricity, there's a solution to it. The people that are responsible for getting those things to our area, they will provide the electricity when the time comes.
So it's not as though you're not fearful that we'll lose opportunities because we haven't got sufficient infrastructure.
Well, at the current time, yes. Obviously, there's a situation where we don't have enough electricity. A data center requires so much electricity that you look at it, you might have the land, but if there's no electricity to go along with it, then it's not going to It's not going to happen. And same thing with water. Some of the situations that we have seen, they want so much water that you need one water plant just to a 10 million gallon water plant just for one particular project. So yes, we do see those situations at the RFI, but as you move along, as you build the momentum, if you will, the system will grow with it. So a lot of times, we cannot wait for everything to be in the right place. Industries will make a decision to go somewhere, and then everything else will follow with them. So, we can't say we need to wait until everything's in place before we make a decision. Someone is going to make a decision. I want this done. Then everything else will follow in line.
You mentioned some of the leaders in the team, Joaquin Spammer, Carlos Garcia, Martin Anzaldúa, all involved in that big project in Brownsville that CIL announced. What do you think of that one?
Absolutely. So, the project's at 181,000 square feet. That's right next to the Port of Brownsville. It's already, they have letters of intent for manufacturing activities in that facility. Carlos Garcia, right across that particular project, he also has a huge logistics operation. So these individuals, as I said, they understand what needs to be done. They understand where the market is going. They understand where the market is coming from. So we're targeting those areas because they know. And this is what they do for a living. So I think Realplex is going to be a fantastic asset for the community. In addition to everything else that goes on here with all the economic development entities, everybody contributes to the energy and economic development. So Realplex is just an asset, that is going to be used to market the region.
Those are all the questions I have about Realplex. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I think we want people to learn more about Realplex. We want them to ask us about membership. So there's 4 different levels. So if you want to be part of this excitement that's going on in the region, please call us, and we'll give you all the latest information.
Mario, thank you so much for today's interview. As always, we've learned a lot.
Thank you so much.